So I just want to do a very quick video talking about kindergarten reading and readiness for reading. So I'm in mom groups now that I'm a mom. My daughter's 21 months old now. And one thing I'm seeing a lot are these parents of these really super young children, like infants and toddlers, saying, I've got to get my child reading now because there's a reading crisis. And that is true. There is a reading crisis. But the research shows that what is most important is not that your kid goes into kindergarten knowing all their letters and sounds. Some kids do that, and that does give them an advantage. But that's not the most important thing. If your child knows a handful of sounds and letters, and that's enough for your child to do well in kindergarten. They don't need to know the whole alphabet going in. What really is important, though, is oral language skills. But there's this idea out there that parents must read to their children. And if you don't read books to your children, you're a bad parent. And culturally, that just does not hold water at all, because most cultures, they don't read to the children. My husband was never read to as a child. He's a very good reader. He's from Latin America. And Asian cultures, they usually don't read to children. And hello, China, Korea, Japan all have really good test scores. So it's not necessarily reading to children, but what it is exposure to oral language. But a lot of these cultures, storytelling is a big thing, and that's the way that children learn about language. And there was a study done in the 1970s, I believe it was 1978, so it's an old study, by Hart and Risley, and it was a study about language among preschool-age children in Kansas City area, and it looked at children whose parents were on welfare, looked at children whose parents were working class, whose parents worked in trades or something like that, and then it worked at professional parents who were teachers, doctors, small business owners, things like that. And what it found was the parents who were on welfare were not talking to their children as much. And of course, that's not necessarily the parents' fault. Those parents probably had a lower vocabulary themselves if they have lower levels of education, and then there was stress in the home. Sometimes those parents are trying to get out of that situation, so they're working hard. There's just a lot of factors. But on this is oral language. So this is old research. We have this research. Yet how many times do you hear about oral language in school readiness? It's all read to your children and teach letters and sounds. So if you're a parent watching this and you have a toddler or a preschool age child, or you're a grandparent or an aunt and uncle, if you have somebody in your life that you're working to prepare for kindergarten, one of the best things you can do is just talk to that child and give that child oral language. Talking to children, singing to children. Some people like nursery rhymes. That's very cultural specific. But just giving your child that oral language is the biggest gift that you can give. So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think about this.